Ooh, testing. Hey, it works. Oh, I forgot to check one thing. Okay. There we go. I don't remember what I was doing. First. Okay, so I have to level these individually. I forget which ones were particularly important. That one is. Yeah, whatever. Go with persuasion.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
Let's call someone.
It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now, your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air. Sure, why not? Nothing tricky about that. You just do, fail, repeat, until it works. All it takes...
I like the voiceovers in this game.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Sliding out, a drawer presents you the folders you already went through. On top of them is the handwritten note. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor. All items on the list have been crossed. Hundreds of documents and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol, Couron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock. You already went through all of the drawers.
So while we've heard from advertisers, AEL seems to be responsible for most of our revenue loss. Giving the maximum benefit of the doubt, I don't see any scenario where they're responsible for less than 10% of the value discrepancy of $4 billion. Document discovery of all communications between ADL and advertisers will tell the full story. Of what?
Yeah. What? I guess we're going this way. What is this?
I'll provide a screenshot of everything that's been
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
I want to take a quick look inside.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on...
Let's get going. The entire neighborhood can see us up here.
Yeah.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons. The drawers
snooping around,
save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, Prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to La Opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal... Don't think about that.
a lot of side effects.
Quick, think about something else. Your nihilistic humor renders the list of side effects null and void, just like everything else in this empty world. Yes,
All right, move
moving
along.
along.
Let's take 'em.
Take the painkillers. They are yours now.
Okay. Just some casual
You
theft.
stand and exit the booth.
Just some casual theft. No big deal. Guess I can't go that way. Okay. Don't know where I'm going. Downstairs, obviously. Let's explore. Walk so slow. Money. I'm rich. What's that? Healing stuff. Also. Wait. Or this way. Okay.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook. Marsh. On. Arrête. Up with a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
I just feel like pushing buttons. That's all. Yes. You found the right guy. It's a very slow crane.
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down.
Like magic.
The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Okay.
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the ruckus, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
We'll look in the box.
Before you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
I think there's something special about this container.
You do? Because I don't. There are a million
Why not?
containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
Maybe there's contraband in there.
There may very well be, but we are not here to look. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to interview the union boss.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
What do you think? Should I open the container?
You attempt to turn the handle. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Persuade the door to open. I don't think that's gonna work. Let's go. That's what I was hoping. Maybe pet it? This place is pretty big. Oh, I just went in a circle. Not quite as big as you originally thought. Sleeping cat. Where are you? Leave my internet alone, dog. Don't eat the internet. Oh, honey. More money. Rich now. Like a month.
Container,
Nothing's due when you
container, I'll
don't
turn
exactly
you
work
nice
there
and
yet.
red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
I don't know.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
Well then,
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone.
possible, but I don't know if the post
Huh?
office makes you travel.
Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
Could be a long drive or maybe a plane ticket. They pay for it. Still a pain though.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Yeah.
Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then, too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No sir, those are just nasty rumors.
Right.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Don't know. You'll find out when it happens. If it happens.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes I am, yes I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
What's going on here?
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like brothers as you glance around with similar childlike wonder.
So when we fail things, we put out stupid statements like, wow, red is so much prettier than drab old green.
Sure is, mister. Sure is. Really livens up the place. Yes it does, yes it does.
I had to break this bonding moment, but the red containers mean they are replacing the company livery with the union livery, which means this strike isn't gonna stop anytime soon.
Righto? Where is everyone? Well, they're on strike.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
Right.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
Yeah, drunk in trouble. Like hanging that person? What kind of trouble?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off. I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in...
Easy.
Okay.
Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
Too late. Leo's mouth is still moving, and the words are spewing forth. Words, words, and look, even more words. This guy could go on till the end of days. Now he's
Yes.
talking about some drunk sawmill owner who... No, he already switched to a prized fishing rod he apparently owned at some point. You know what? Just cut in there with your
He's a talker.
questions.
Never stops.
Yes, yes.
You work
Everybody
here.
needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
Leo's way too happy.
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
A lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio.
Okay.
But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am.
So who is Miss Beaufort?
Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has.
Go on. I'm pretty sure this place would totally fall apart if you didn't sign the boss man's shoes.
You see disdain in the lieutenant's dark eyes when they meet yours for a moment. He does not approve of you ridiculing this.
Oh, mister.
Okay, that wasn't
I
nice.
do a lot more than that. I really do most everything around here. Mr. Everett said many times I'm irreplaceable. Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
What is in this? What do you mean taking the soup to the men?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Brew it. Who makes
the
it?
whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Looks like the borscht is spiked. I'm gonna look into it.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
Special borscht.
He didn't actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along.
Okay. What's in that container?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
Told ya. Where's your leader?
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
What's that? Oh. Okay. Where is he?
Mr. Everett is where he always is. In his office. Bye-bye now.
Let's go. Oh. Huh. Interesting office. Guess it would make sense it's in a shipping container. Or 3. Big guy.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you.
That picture.
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois,
Let's talk.
Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
Oh, hang on a second. as I fade in and out of existence. Let's go.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
It's a nice chair.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
I'd rather stand.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
My headphones did not charge. Maybe when I plug them in, I should make sure it's actually charging.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Well then.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
I'm not sure who that is.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager.
Yep.
Go
So,
ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Sure. Is this a bribe?
Don't mention it. But also don't forget it. I'm just kidding, of course. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun.
Morale critical.
The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
Okay. So how does he know about this?
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Sounds like he's already got it.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Right.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Composure.
Officer,
I wouldn't
Okay.
be so sure about.
Who does this guy think you are?
Ass.
Ronnie the Rookie? You ain't worried about no lost gun, or unpaid bill, or forgotten name. You're the bad cop. You're probably more corrupt than him.
Probably more corrupt than he is. Let's go.
The fat man does the same, sinking deeper into his chair than one would think is physically possible. He seems to be enjoying your little good. Now lean in with some corruption.
Lean in with some corruption.
That we do, Harry. Let them say what they will about you and me. We're both born fighters.
Nice bit with the chair, by the way. Good way to keep your guests on it.
Why, thank you. It's always nice when a fellow professional appreciates your work.
That's it. Now kick back and add a final flourish. For dignity.
Not saying I'm corrupt, I'm rational. Whatever. This is a worm's lair, and we both know why I'm here. To help grow your horde. I'm not here to help you.
You strike me
I'm
as
here
a
to help me.
reasonable man, Harry. I like that in a law man. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? What can Everard Clare do for you?
I think we'd like to ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
Don't
What are
you
the questions?
think so, Detective?
Somehow you managed to get yourself out of this one. Now quick, keep the momentum up.
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age?
Harry. Does that mean my name's Harry? A man my age? What are you implying?
You did look like you were gonna collapse and die when I told you about your lost gun. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. Of course, let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
So that's really my name.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
My memory's fine. I'm just testing.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
So what does he know about you?
But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy. A long way from home, but that's okay.
Where'd you get that folder? Ooh, let's try that.
Everard's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you, Harry.
Oh,
Huh?
Harry.
I gotta die.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
care.
This is really something.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume?
Where'd you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Okay.
It's Harry. Harry Dubois.
I like that.
And
Sure.
I can work with you, Harry. Now, what family?
Nope.
Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
Skip.
Family, Harry,
What
is
kind
the
of cop?
most important thing. Harry, you're not simply a cop, you're a star. A bright shining star in the drab law enforcement sky, outshining all other stars. You're a superstar.
I don't think so.
Nonsense, Harry. You lit up this container when you walked in here. You're my golden boy.
He's probably just making a guess based on your recent activity in Martinez.
Probably. Other
Of
stuff.
course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me. Yes, your lost gun. Your gun will be found, Harry.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Probably is.
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And
Harry. I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs
Right.
could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
I assure you, we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands. My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in... I rarely do, Harry. I have people for that.
I'm
Now,
looking into your
you were
shady
saying?
brew.
I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
Okay.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help, like I'm helping you with your lost gun.
Really?
I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
I sense there's a
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
everything shady about it.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out.
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
Right.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So
But
what
who's-
will it be, Harry?
who's the
Oh,
wizard?
no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
Was that before? Oh, it doesn't show. Okay. What do you mean a
A
weasel?
loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
Yeah, sure you do.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. He'll just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Simple enough. Auto save. Okay, you can stop here. Yeah, okay. It was always going to be short. So, have a good night. Might be back later.